I deleted last week's episode, unfortunately, because I'm just an idiot.
Not at all. Accidents happen.
Yeah, I know, but you live and learn, right, and move on. So let's see how this goes. Anyways, last week I'll do a quick review. We did Romeo and Juliet, Sheridan Drive in Loretta. Other location was Touch Italy. I believe that's Delton and Delaware Street in Tonawanda. Romeo and Juliet's what?
Let's one thing we touched upon last week was that both are not necessarily pizza shops, places. They serve pizza, they have pizza. They're there for other Italian dishes.
Absolutely.
Pizza's kind of subsidiary to what they do.
Sure.
Romeo and Juliet's desserts and pastas and other Italian dishes, they also have pizza. Same thing with Touch of Italy. I would say a little bit more pasta, less desserts, but pizza's not their main thing.
100%, because they have cannolis.
And that, no.
No.
Yeah, let me set you up first.
I don't even remember what the joke was, but anyways,
We'll see if we can recreate the match.
I picked Touch Italy over Romeo and Juliet's. You vice versa.
I did. I picked Romeo and Juliet's. Again, it had a different flavor. One thing, thank you for deleting last week's, because one thing I forgot to leave out is we've done well over 90 pizzas.
Almost probably, I should check, probably 100.
Probably 100. I think what's happening with me and my taste buds is that if it's distinctive, if it's got a different flavor to it, I am migrating to that one subconsciously. Touch of Italy was a typical generic hacienda-like pizza, not fine dining at all. Just kind of your run-of-the-mill, substandard Western New York pizza. Touch of Italy, the table for the most part disagreed with me. I liked Romeo and Juliet's. Side note, took my date location the wife and I go to. This is where your cannoli joke comes in.
You gave her the cannoli?
I did. She loves the ricotta cheese and the cannolis with the little
chocolate chip things. Yeah,
they do great desserts there, but
the video review did make it to YouTube. It was just the audio version, full panel review, was deleted on accident.
But the actual Romeo and Juliet's had kind of like wing nuts, a little bit of a garlic flavor to it.
Salty.
And because it was salty, but you guys are wimps. That pop, watch that down. I didn't really taste the salt. A couple members of the table did. I thought, it stood out. It's a different flavor of a pizza. It's not quite a New York style. But it had that garlic dressing to it that gave it a little extra, and I think I'm being swayed by that because we've done over 90 pizzas.
Hey, we got a viewer here on the live YouTube. It's his birthday. Dan Lee, happy birthday to you from ZaBills.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get to tonight's pizza. We did, again, La Hacienda and Gino's from the town of Tonawanda. We did those because co-host Sean here lost a bet. He had to pay up. He said that... Hurston, yeah, Maxwell Hurston was not going to set foot on the field for which game now?
Wasn't Jaguars.
No.
No, it was not Harrison.
Yeah, it was. He said he was not going to get on the field.
Oh, that was right. That was the Taco one.
That was Taco Bell. Okay, so
I believe Sean doubled down because he thought he knew the IR rules in the NFL.
That's right.
It was incorrect.
That's right. Well,
he got burned.
Denny, if you're listening, we love you, Denny. We miss you. When I looked into Denny's eyes, I sit across from him at the pod table, and he kind of gave me that look of stare, like, you're right, this guy's wrong. I bought full in. I was totally...
Hook, line, sinker.
Hook, line, and sinker. Denny knows his football. He knows his rules. And I heard numerous times. Now, what Tim brought up does make complete sense.
Sure.
You should not lose a season if you can't make the first floor. So it was irrational for me to sit there and wager him, especially when he gets that excited. When he's that excited, he knows he's right. But I had Denny in my corner, so I thought that was, and we bet La Hacienda. I had to eat it, and it was as terrible as I remember on the first episode of the ZaBillsPodcast we ever did. Wait, I do want to mention this one. Public service announcement. They are very kind people at La Hacienda. I've softened my heart there.
Yeah.
Couple of times at closing time, end of practice, I'll go in there. They'll just give me the pizza for free. I don't know if it's because it's been up there for a while, it hasn't been bought or sold, but I am generous. They're kind people. I don't want to bash them, the people that work there. They struggle with the pizzas just in the mile vicinity that they're located in. And that's what really sparked my disdain, if you will, for La Hacienda. It's just, it can't compete with its own street. So, that's just my take.
Okay, well, before you showed up, Tim had the grand idea of switching the pizzas in the boxes
Sure.
to see if you would notice a difference between La Hacienda and Gino's, the town of Tonawanda. And you walked down in the basement and you said, you know what? You should blindfold me for this.
I did.
And all of us lit up and almost started pissing our pants because we're like, oh my God, this is perfect. And Sean, what ended up happening?
So I fell for the pizza bubble and La Hacienda. Even though in hindsight, I kind of knew. I just thought that, geez, Gino's was having a rough go, and you were really, really, really selling this Gino's extra crispy. So I'm like, oh, maybe it was the extra crispy that got it thrown off. But they switched it on me, and I went in begrudgingly went with the actual name of the box, which probably kills me from any future pizza reviews. I've probably been Milli Vanilli'd out it right there.
I couldn't believe it. Now listen, folks, I 100% never order pizzas special request. However, tonight, because this was a wager that you were collecting on, Sean,
I was paying
that I figured, you know what, let's try to make La Hacienda taste better. I always will pick Gino's over La Hacienda, except for tonight. I figured let's give it a best shot to try to sway you one way or the other. So I did order La Hacienda. Well done.
Yeah.
And upon opening the box, that thing was cooked. I mean, almost perfect.
The pepperonis
Almost
were good.
perfect.
They kind of almost prepared for the fact that they were going to be reviewed on the podcast. Layers of pepperoni. I'm talking about La Hacienda, fake one. Ton of pepperonis, cup and char. They were, in hindsight, now that I know the real one, were spicier than Gino's. But it's just the overall flavor. It just 95% of all pizzas around America, the Hacienda is going to stand out. In Buffalo, it just doesn't compete.
No, I hear you. That being said, you got fooled.
I did.
You picked La Hacienda because it's in the Gino's box, and hooray for us, we beat you.
You made me look silly, and it's okay. I came out there. I should have gone with my gut. I should have gone with my instincts. I should have given La Hacienda the props, and then I would have gotten on. It would have been on you guys. It would have been ha ha ha. We tricked you, but it backfired. But had you taken my original idea, blindfolding me, it would have taken me 10 seconds. I would have been able to tell you exactly which one was which. Now, and because I could taste La Hacienda versus the Gino.
That's because when you remove one sense, another sense is heightened, if you will, right?
That's correct.
Take away your sight, and then your taste.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would have known it regardless.
Well, Tim, I know
He's been chomping at the bit.
he pushes La Hacienda very much, except I don't think you like either of these pizzas ever when we get them. So let's see what you got.
One was too doughy.
Okay.
Which one was that?
One didn't have enough dough.
Oh.
And
Well, we know Gino's is too doughy for him, and La Hacienda didn't have enough dough in there.
and quite frankly,
You could have ordered La Hacienda. I could have ordered La Hacienda with thin crust. I wonder what that would be like.
Oh.
Like Domino's thin crust?
Oh,
Like that one time I ruined it up for everybody?
You didn't. You're okay.
I mean,
You don't remember that?
I do.
At the
You-
firehouse.
Yeah, you didn't ruin it for everyone.
That was bad.
Yeah, but you were backed up by the fact that you had all-you-can-eat buffalo wings. You
Well-
could not fail. You could not fail.
We're talking just the pizza part. Sorry, Tim.
Right.
Go ahead.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Doughy, not doughy.
Kyle's right. Not a fan either to begin with.
Okay.
All right, thanks for coming to the show.
I mean, I'm actually kind of disappointed that Sean lost that bet because then I had to.
You had to eat it too.
Yeah.
So you in reality,
The
you
joke
lost.
Was on him.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah.
I guess so.
So, what local pizzas do you like that are not South Buffalo? Or further? What do you like in town?
The town of Tonawanda, Mustachios.
Yeah.
All right.
It's good pizza.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, I think
Okay.
that's where we are. We've done these pieces before. Gino's has got homemade sauce. It stands out. I will say I do appreciate La Hacienda's pepperonis. They actually were spicier, which made it stood out. But it's the dough and the sauce and you can tell La Hacienda pizza with the dough, sauce, and cheese. Neither of them. I know. Go ahead. Give it to me.
You were raving about it initially.
I
until you
had
realized you
to.
flipped the
He did.
box.
He did.
It's like the placebo effect.
Yeah.
100%.
I know.
100%. We got him.
But as soon as I knew, I was like, oh yeah, I got dunked in the dunk tank right there. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you to.
Want to thank Tim for the pizza.
Yeah. Thanks Tim for
Yeah.
buying that pizza that you begrudgingly had to eat
I
yourself.
will remind you that the next wager, it's going to come a bit. Probably might have to wait till maybe December just to see that the Boston Bruins.
April.
To make it official, I guess. Once the Sabres are eliminated.
Can we have
contention.
wings while we do when we have this
I
pizza?
don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Wait, I forgot.
We should go
What
there
do
and
you
do
get?
it.
When I lose, which
Yes.
I'm not going.
Wasn't it Taco Bell?
Again?
Again?
No.
That was the bet.
We'll have to
Taco
review-
Bell versus.
Can't be. We already did Taco Bell.
I'm pulling it up right
You
now.
can pull another 10
Really?
items off that menu.
Sorry, it's Taco Bell versus Bullseye.
What?
Bullseye Pizza. Remember the grand reopening opening?
Oh yeah.
So if we lose, we eat Bullseye.
No,
if you lose,
no,
you eat
no,
Taco
I
Bell.
get to pick whatever pizza it is.
I don't know.
I
On
thought
here
I
it
put
says
That's all we've been talking
it says Taco Bell versus
Yeah,
Bullseye.
no,
I
it
have it
was-
on here. 7-10-25 is that
be,
wager.
that might be the right, but if we listen to the podcast, you'll hear. I think Tim said we'll eat whatever pizza you want,
Oh,
and I
Tim.
immediately said
Wing nuts.
that wing nuts. It's gonna be wing nuts.
So what's the problem with Bullseye?
It's bad. That was bad. I also fucked that up because I was ordering while I was driving, and I ordered personal.
Oh, it's
the
right.
personals. The
I
personal
picked up
pizzas.
that pizza. Yeah, that was
Those small little fucking pizzas.
which I waited 45 minutes for
Oh my god.
by myself.
Yeah.
Just no one.
Couldn't even
person-
talk to other customers coming in.
Nope. I should have warned him. Like,
Well, that was the one place when I also picked up the other one. I'm like, it doesn't smell like pizza.
Was that the same night?
I believe so. It was an epic
yeah,
fail.
yeah, that was a rough night.
Chiffon. No, that wasn't the same night because
Mm-hmm.
Dennis picked up the Chiffanos out by the airport. You picked up Hoagie Hounds with wing
Was
nuts.
Hoagie? No.
Yeah, Hoagie. I got it right here.
Well,
Hoagie Hounds
no,
and wing
I
nuts.
think he was talking about Bullseye. What?
I wasn't here
what-
for wing nuts.
That was Chiffanos. Dennis picked that up.
Bullseye versus Chifanos?
Then
Yeah.
I was someplace in North Tonawanda.
No. Bro, this season I have Plaza. You got Plaza over on Main Street in Tonawanda.
Yeah, my car didn't smell like pizza the next day.
Yeah, that's
I
usually a
mean,
problem.
that's the best part of picking up pizza.
Yeah.
is having
Sure,
it smells like
sure.
pizza.
Okay, thank you to our sponsors, Mike at MGB Electric. It is hot tub season, folks. I was in mine last night. The temp is now fallen below 40, so I've cranked my hot tub up to 101 to 102. Tim, what is your set at currently?
104.
Okay, 104. How long can you sit in that?
Half hour at least.
At 104?
Yeah.
Fuck. 99. I've had mine at 99, and I could be in there for an hour, and then it was just a smidge lukewarm, right, for the temps the other night when it was whipping out there,
Oh,
and
God.
I turned it up a little bit.
You know, there's nothing better than when it starts snowing and you're sitting in a hot tub.
I can see that.
Dude, he's home by himself. What the hell's he doing up there?
I don't know.
Anyways, squirrel. What was I gonna say? Do you wear winter hats in there? I wore a toque last night,
Nope.
and then I took it off because it got a little too warm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hot Tub Brothers. Hot Tub Time Machines.
Yeah, we could do a podcast on hot tubs.
Yeah, be something.
So yeah, back to Mike at MJB Electric. It is hot tub season, and you got to wire those in properly.
Right.
And he's the guy to do it. So give him a call, 716-465-5017, and tell Mike that ZaBill sent you.
Right.
And our other good friend, Dr. Bob at Doug's Chiropractic. The wife and I went to him tonight, right before we came. I've been experiencing a little bit of a shoulder problem, and I didn't know that he could adjust a shoulder. He did both my shoulders, and Alicia's.
This is Sean. Might have to check that out.
Yeah, her pelvis was out of whack, one leg longer than the other, so he's getting that straightened out. And if you want, look him up at DougsChiropractic.com, DUDZIK, chiropractic.com, or call him at 716-634-6272, Harlem Road, across from the Town Park in Cheektowaga, or Harris Hill and Worley. So check them out, and thank you to the sponsors for
Always.
letting us live our dream of
Right.
eating pizzas that Tim Paluch does not like.
Sorry.
Bring a pizza you like.
He's gonna love wing nuts.
He probably won't. So,
There's only one problem.
what's that?
you're gonna be confident. It's gonna be Mexican pizza for Sean.
Do I have to pull the standings?
You know
I
what?
feel comfortable.
Why don't we settle halfway? We'll get a Mexican, but let's get better Mexican because I enjoy eating Mexican,
Yeah.
and that way I can have some at the same time. And or we go to, how about this? We go to Wingnuts and get the most Mexican thing off the menu.
Maybe. As
Okay.
long as Tim has the pizza.
Okay.
Okay. ZaBill's out.
ZaBill's out. Tim?
ZaBills.
Okay.
Start with
Do I
that
have
one.
do I have a thing? No.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I gotta use your toilet. That piece is coming right up.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Seriously?
Yes. Not all the way.
All right.
That would